So today's video is about why you don't want to break no contact during the holidays. I'm going to jump right in with the first one that applies to most people that I talk to. It's the idea that their ex is a different type of situation. A lot of times I know I'm not supposed to break no contact, but I think my ex might be a little bit different. I think my situation might be a little bit more unique than what you're used to hearing. And I think if I don't let my ex know that the door's still open and that I still have warm feelings and that they don't know that it's safe for them to come back, then they might just move on. I think they might actually be missing me, and I just want to make sure they know that if they come back, I'm going to be here for them. That's not actually as unique as it might feel. Most of the time, what you're actually feeling is just the anxiety. You're just feeling the fear that what if they do want to come back and I'm sending too strong of a message through no contact? What if I'm accidentally not showing that I'm strong enough to move on? What if I'm showing that I don't care enough about them for them to bother to try to come back? That's human logic, but it's not human behavior. The truth is, if you mean half to them what they mean to you, don't you think they're going to try to at least contact you one time if they have a change of heart? They're probably going to risk at least one email, one text, one phone call to make sure that you don't want them back. And if it doesn't mean enough for them to reach out to you one time, then chances are they haven't actually had the change of heart that would lead to the two of you getting back together in the first place. That's just fear and anxiety, and it feels like a logical fear, but it's not logic based on human behavior. The number two reason is that it actually assures them that you haven't moved on. A lot of the power of no contact comes from the fact that you're acting in a way and you're showing the kind of confidence and strength, that sense of identity in who you are, the chances are they forgot a little bit. They probably got a little bit full of themselves, or at least they kind of started to think of you in a way that didn't see you as exceptional. For whatever reason, there was probably a drop in attraction. And the truth is, when you reach out, it actually just reassures them that you're acting and reacting in a way that they assumed when they did the breakup. So in other words, it's like telling them, hey, nothing's changed. You still don't want me enough to let me know you miss me, and I still want you enough that I'm reaching out to you in the holidays. It's just an excuse. And number three, it robs them of impactful moments that otherwise they might have, that the holidays give you. The holidays are like a golden opportunity for you to demonstrate strength that neither one of you thought you were going to show. In other words, if somebody breaks up with me and they think that I'm crazy about them, and I let them know that I really didn't want them to break up with me, and I'm hurting and I'm aching and I just want one more chance. When the holidays roll around, both of us are probably expecting me to reach out just to say, hey, no hard feelings, Merry Christmas, or I hope you're having a good New Year, or subtly trying to let them know that I'm still here, especially if I was with them last year, because it's a subtle reminder of, hey, remember how happy we were last year? The only problem is when you reach out during no contact for the holidays, what you're doing is taking that moment away that would be working in your favor. Christmas is a golden opportunity for you to show them that even when you have a perfect excuse to reach out, you're strong enough that you don't need to take it. If it's their birthday, if it's New Year's, whatever the event is, people that are hurting and aching and really want one more chance will take that excuse in any form that they can have it. But the chances are they're expecting you to do that. So you're accidentally robbing them of a chance to know what it's like to second guess. One other thing that triggers reattraction is when you act outside of an established behavioral pattern. So when you have a golden chance to just let them know that you're thinking about them and you don't take it, it triggers a second thought in their mind. Like, well, I thought he would reach out. I thought she would at least tell me Merry Christmas. Why aren't they doing that? I mean, I remember last year they were completely in love with me. I remember we were happy last year. And I know I broke up with them, but they seemed to really want me back when I broke up with them. So why aren't they taking the opportunity to tell me Merry Christmas now? Maybe I misjudged them. Maybe what I had last year was better than what I have now. You take all that away when you reach out, and before they have a chance to really miss you, you just let them know, hey, Merry Christmas. Remember me? I'm still here. Still thinking about you. Every chance I get to let you know you're on my mind, I'm going to take it. And I'm going to pretend like I'm not really hoping you give me another chance. When you reach out like that, both of you know that you're just hoping for another chance. So don't take that moment away from yourself. Take advantage of the opportunity to show strength that neither one of you expected you to have. Most importantly, the best reason to not break no contact during the holidays is that it breaks no contact. It just happens to be during the holidays. The truth is, no contact is infuriating, it's maddening, it's frustrating, and it's painful for a lot of the time. You get to a point where you start to feel stronger, you start to remember who you are, and that feels good. But for a long time, it feels like an idiot relationship coach is telling you to go outside and stare at rocks for 17 hours. That's not fun. So what's happening? How long have you been staring at rocks? I've been staring at rocks for 3.5 weeks. Nothing's happening. I don't think no contact is working for me. That's what it feels like. But the truth is, what it's really like is that, yeah, you're staring at rocks. But underneath the surface, there could be a volcano forming. No contact is a really powerful thing, but it happens under the surface until the pressure, until the impact of it builds enough that you see it. In other words, when somebody takes like 2 months, 3 months, sometimes 4 months to reach out and break no contact, every second until they reach out feels like no contact isn't working. So if you have those moments where you think, my situation is just different, this isn't working for me, it's way too painful and it's way less effective, I can't do this anymore, I'm reaching out during Christmas no matter what. Well, just remember, you're doing that to relieve the anxiety. You're not really doing that because you probably believe it's going to work. It's just that no contact can be very stressful. It can feel like a weight. And then you have an opportunity like Christmas or New Year's, and it's like, well, that's my goal. I'll just make it till Christmas. So then you do something that relieves the anxiety that you felt during no contact. But don't lie to yourself. You don't actually think that's going to work. If all it took was saying Merry Christmas to get your ex to come back, they would have probably already reached out to you before Christmas. So what you're really doing is just something that's going to, for a moment, give you a little bit of relief from the anxiety that you've been feeling in no contact. But when it doesn't work, you're going to use that and really beat yourself up for it after you do it. You're going to tell yourself, I just wasted 3 weeks, a month. I just wasted 2 months. Maybe they were going to reach out after the new year. Maybe if you hadn't reached out and let them know that you were still waiting, that you were just still on the porch hoping they'd open the door for you, maybe they were getting closer to coming after you. But now you won't know because you did something, not because you thought it was the right thing to do, but just because you wanted to relieve a little bit of pressure. And I understand that impulse. I'm not judging you for it. I'm just encouraging you not to give into it. So those are the reasons to not reach out and break no contact during the holidays. Thank you for subscribing. Let me know if you want to set up a call, and have a Merry Christmas.